Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do a quick video here for the Quicksilver opportunity, the business opportunity. I'm going to go over and try to simplify the compensation plan. Not that it needs much simplifying, because to be honest, it's a pretty clear-cut compensation plan. Very, very simple. As a matter of fact, there's really only one way to get, technically two ways to get paid. One of them is retailing, the silver bullion coins right from your website. So there is a retail commission that you can earn. So technically two, but really if you're going to build a business, build a team, refer people, that sort of thing, there's really one way only you can get paid. So again, from that perspective, it's very, very simple to understand. I think the hardest part of this compensation plan is just wrapping your brain around how lucrative and profitable it can be, because normally the human mind, when they see something like this and they see that it only pays out really one way, a lot of times we think that there's not much money in it, there's not much opportunity in it. Because I'll tell you, that's kind of how I felt when I first stumbled upon this. I looked at it and said, well, that's cool, I get it. Not really much money to be made in it, until I had some network marketing friends who were very, very big in the industry, people that I know made a ton of money. They were sending me links and starting to promote this. And that's when I really started to take a second look. And then it took me a while. It took me several days of just really putting pen to paper, drawing it out, crunching some numbers. And then when I understood that you can have three positions, right? A tripod, if you will, where you have your main position, then you also have your left position, your first left position, your first right position. So you have essentially a tripod, or what we call a tripack. And then you can multiply the profit potential by three. That's really when it started to kick in, because one position, by the way, you don't have to have a tripack if you don't, unless you want to, right? You can certainly do very, very well with one position. So one position, you can earn up to $10,000 monthly. Okay, monthly, you can earn $10,000 a month residual. With three positions, obviously, you'll be able to earn 10,000 times three is 30,000 a month. Now you might say there, you might sit there and say, well, I don't really need 30,000 a month. That's fine. Okay, I get it. Most people don't need 30,000 a month. Most people don't need 10,000 a month to live, because most people, they can get by with 3, 4, 5,000. But just the fact that there's that potential, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull the PDF. Again, if you don't know what Quicksilver is about, I will leave a link underneath this video. But again, essentially, it's a network marketing opportunity that is just launching. Matter of fact, it's launching on September 15th, which is about 10 days from now. And the product is silver bullion, 1 ounce silver bullion coins, right? The beauty of this product is, I always tell people, look, you're not essentially buying silver. Don't think of it as you buying silver every month. Think of it as you exchanging your paper dollars, your depreciating fiat dollars, into a hard asset, into money, right? Silver is money, right? Into money that has been around for 5,000 years and historically has risen in value. So you can at least compete with inflation, and you can preserve your purchasing power. To think about this for a second, your fiat money, your paper dollars, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, if history repeats itself, and it shows that it has, that paper money will not be able to buy what it's able to buy today, right? Just like today's money doesn't buy what it used to buy 20, 30 years ago. Think about what prices used to be 20, 30 years ago, and what that money buys today, right? I was having this conversation with my son the other day, and he was asking me, well, Dad, how much is a slice of pizza? Because we went to have a bite, and I think around here in our area, right? I'm in New York, so one slice of pizza was like $4 or almost $5 for one slice, which is pretty insane, right? And we were having this conversation, and I told him, when I was a kid, when I was your age, right? I told him, when I was your age, one slice of pizza was, I think it was like 90 cents for the same size slice, right? And he could not believe it. And I started talking to him about inflation, and why the value of money goes, it decreases over time, right? Because they're always printing paper money. Um, And long story short, it just solidified, his desire to stack silver because he's seen me stacking silver for a while now, right? So he started to get into it, and now he's gung ho, and something that I could do with him. Actually, all of my kids are actually into stacking silver. They collect a bunch of things, right? And I got him into collecting silver to add to one of the things that they're collecting, right? But yeah, the product is very clear cut, very simple. Now let's talk about the compensation plan, guys. Sorry about that. That I kind of went off on a tangent, but here's how this works. Okay. Again, I will leave a link to the corporate. Like I'm going to explain this compensation plan. The corporate team did put out a video on the compensation plan, so I will leave a link to the official comp plan video that they put out. I'll put that beneath um, in the description box, so you can actually see their explanation of it, and then you can, kind of put that side by side with the way I explain it, and it should make total sense for you because again, it's not really that complicated. Okay, so here's how our infinity earnings plan works. It is based on a binary structure. If you're familiar with network marketing and binary structures, there's a right team, there's a left team. The volume in your right team accumulates as you build your business. The volume on your other side team also will accumulate. And once there's a certain amount of volume or points on each side, it'll trigger a cycle bonus. So the way this works is you start by referring to, right? One on your left, one on your right. Once you personally sponsor someone on your right, once you personally sponsor someone on your left, now you've essentially become binary qualified. Now, if you own all three positions, you just have to activate all of them and have all of them on an auto ship, and you're good to go. Okay. Now, each coin purchased in your team gives you 10 points. Okay. So, let's say, for example, you refer me, right? I'm on your team and I have an auto ship of 1 silver coin per month. Well, that will give you 10 points, right? Let's say I have an auto ship of 2 coins. That'll give you 20 points on me, right? What if I'm getting 3 coins, right? That'll be 30 points, et cetera, et cetera. I might have 10 coins on an auto ship, right? I might be gung ho about silver, about precious metals, and I might be on an auto ship for 10 coins a month, right? And there's a lot of people that are doing that. Then you'll be getting 100 points just on my auto ship. Okay, do you see how that works? So it's not like one person on your team who's on an auto ship will give you 10 points. It's based on how many coins they have. But if you have 10 people on, like me, who have 10 coins on an auto ship, that's 1,000 points right there, right? Of course, not everybody's going to have 10 coins on an auto ship, but you're also not going to have, not everybody's going to be on 1 coin auto ship, right? It's going to be a mix, right? It's going to be, some people are going to have 1 coin, some people are going to have 2, some people are going to have 10, some people are going to have 1 or 2 in the beginning, then they're going to scale up to 4 or 5 later. It builds out over time. Now, once you have 100 team points on your left, 100 team points on your right, okay, it could be through spillover also. That triggers a $10 wealth cycle, okay? So essentially, imagine this. If you have one person like me on your left team who has 10 coins on an auto ship, and let's say on the other side, you have another person like me who's also doing 10 coins on an auto ship, every single month as we get our coins, boom, you're triggering that $10 wealth cycle. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot. You're not gonna retire or quit your job on a $10 wealth cycle bonus, but this will build out over time as your team builds. You're gonna have more members come in. They're gonna start building. Those people are gonna start building. Those people are gonna start building, and your network starts to grow in spite of you. Okay, and those people are gonna be on auto ship. And every time as your team starts to build, and they'll get bigger and bigger over time, every time the system takes a look and there's 100 points accumulated anywhere, it could be 10 levels below you, 20 levels below you, 100 levels below you. Anytime there's 100 points through infinity on that side, on the left side, and there's 100 points on the right side, that will trigger a $10 cycle bonus. Okay, now some people will early on trigger a cycle bonus maybe once a week, right? Or maybe once a month, right? You're not, nothing to write home about. You're not retiring from your job. As your team builds, it might become once a week you trigger that. As your team starts to build, it might be once a day you trigger that. You might find a couple of leaders on your left team, a couple of leaders on your right team, and it starts to get out of hand and starts to build. You might start triggering this multiple times a day, right? And that's the beauty of it, okay? Because regardless of what you're doing, you could be at home chilling with your family. You can maybe have a business. You can maybe be at your job. But as your team starts to grow, every time there's points accumulated on your left and right team, this $10 cycle bonus gets triggered. And you can earn as many of them as you want or as possible, even on a daily basis, right? So it says here, as your team grows, you can earn up to 1,000 cycles a month. 1,000 cycles a month. Now, 1,000 cycles a month times $10 each cycle, that's where we get this $10,000 monthly residual income, and that's per business center, okay? What if you have 3, okay? And by the way, and I'll probably talk about this more in detail on another video, because I don't want to go too much off on a tangent. But the reality is if you have a tripod, if you have 3 positions, as you're building that top position, you're actually building half of the volume for your second position. You're already building half of the volume for your third position, right? All you need to do later on is if you wanted to jump into your second position once you max out your first one, that they already have one power leg that's already built. You're just building out the pay leg. So it becomes easier and easier to do this, okay? So it says here, with Quicksilver, you can make $10,000 a month per business center. You are in 100% control of your income. If you didn't understand what I just talked about in the last couple of minutes, rewind, go back and listen to it again, because essentially if you understand what I just mentioned, then you get this compensation plan. It's not that difficult to understand. It says here are some point definitions. Team points. Each coin sold on Auto Wealth in your team gives you 10 team points. That's, again, not personal to you. Those are from your team. Personal points is your personal Auto Wealth and your customer's Auto Wealth. So when you hear us talk about personal points, that's what you have in your personal auto ship, plus any retail customers that you may have, okay? Because those points will count also for your personal points. Your personally referred points is obviously the people you personally referred to the company and their points. And then it says your points available to earn from. It says here the amount of points accrued in an ambassador's left and right team in the past 40 days that wealth cycles can be earned from. So here are the different achievement levels. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. There's an ambassador, okay? That's someone who has paid their platform fee. There's a wealth ambassador. That's someone who not only paid their platform fee, but they've gotten themselves on at least a 1 coin a month auto ship. And then it says here, each of the following achievement levels require the monthly fee be paid and at least 10 personal points minimum in the past 30 days. So here are the different levels, guys. Again, you can actually go through this yourself. It's right in your back office, but they have many, many different levels, and it's just based on how much points you have running through your organization from your left team and your right team, okay? So yeah, they have level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. Again, the only difference is just the amount of points running through their left and their right team, okay? Ultimately here, if you build all the way through the compensation plan, you will be, I believe it's level 24. Yeah, level 24. And you have 30,000 points running through your left and your right team. That's 1,000 wealth cycles that you're getting paid on every single month. And again, if there's 1,000 wealth cycles and each of them are $10, that's a $10,000 monthly residual income, guys. That's powerful, guys. Very, very powerful. So imagine getting paid residual income just for you stacking silver, and then you getting a few folks who also stack silver, right? Who get excited about stacking silver. and then them getting a few folks who stack silver, those people getting a few folks. And essentially you look at it like it's just you playing tag. I don't know if you've ever played tag in your life, but when you were a kid, you probably played tag. Think about it this way. It's like you going out there getting your monthly auto ship set up, whether it's 1 coin all the way up to 10 coins, right? And then once you have your coin set up, you tag someone else and you help them get their, uh, their monthly coins, right? They get their monthly coins and they tag somebody else. That person gets their monthly coins. That person tags somebody else. And it just goes on and on and on. And before you know it, 6 months down the road, a year down the road, 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, when you have thousands and thousands of people in your organization and you're maxing out this compensation plan, right? I mean, if it takes you 3 years to max out one position and you have 10,000 a month, right, coming in, I mean, who cares, right? 3 years. I mean, if you worked at a job for 3 years, chances are you're still not going to make 10,000 a month, right? I mean, you can't go to college for 3 years and graduate. Most colleges are 4 years, right? And the way people, go to college nowadays, they're in there for 5, 6 years sometimes. I mean, 3 years are going to pass anyway. Why not invest your time and energy into something for the next 3 years that could potentially give you a 10,000 a month residual income? Now, if you're a more aggressive builder, what if you max out all 3 of your positions in the next 3 years or 4 years or whatever the case may be? Now you have 10, 20, 30,000 a month coming in, and it's just staggering. It's absolutely staggering, how simple this is and how profitable it can potentially be. So, um, if you watch this video, go ahead and watch it again, rewind it, watch it a few times. And then if you couple that with watching the corporate video, which I'll leave underneath in the description box, I think it'll be very clear how this thing works. But again, there's no need to overcomplicate it. There's no need to make it harder than it is. All essentially it is you setting up your account, you going ahead and setting yourself up on auto ship, and then you sharing this concept, you sharing this idea with a few people, right? 2 people, one on your right, one on your left, helping them to understand how this thing works, and they set up their auto ship, and then helping those people do the same as you did, finding their 2 people so they can be binary qualified, and then just wash, rinse, repeat over and over and over again over time. Okay. Once you have those 2 people duplicating without you, go find another 2 people. Repeat, do the same. Once you have those 2 independent, go find another 2 people. And you just simply wash, rinse, and repeat this very simple idea. And again, think about where you can be a year from now, 2 years from now, or 3 years from now. It's pretty exciting. So that being said, guys, again, check out the links underneath this video. Also, I'll leave my my contact information. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. I'll leave my number, not my number, my Telegram handle and my Facebook Messenger. And if you need to ask me any questions or anything like that, I'll be there to help you with that. So that being said, very, very excited. Again, this platform officially launches in 10 days. So you couldn't be here at a better time. We're at the beginning of the beginning with Quicksilver. So that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. Have a great day.